Hey guys, Miss Caro here with another virtual art lesson for you guys. Happy Thursday. It is time for our Craft Thursday. So we're going to go ahead and get started with some stretches and then I'll go ahead and explain what we're going to be doing today. Alright, so let's go ahead and stretch to our left, stretch to our right, stretch up and down, up, down. One more big one, up and down. Give yourself a big hug, squeeze. Take a deep breath in and relax. Way to go, guys. All right, so this week we're gonna continue on with our Memorial Day theme and our Jasper Johns theme. All right, so since it is Craft Thursday, we're going to be crafting up an American flag. Since that was Jasper Johns' theme and motif for a lot of his work, we're going to go ahead and incorporate that with our Memorial Day activities. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and leave you with a short video on Memorial Day, and then we'll come right back here and we'll get started with our activity. Enjoy!
Hello YouTube friends! Today we're going to be talking to you about Memorial Day and what Memorial Day is. Memorial Day is a very special day, and we wanted to teach you some very interesting and important facts about Memorial Day and what it means. So stay tuned and learn more about what Memorial Day is in this video. Memorial Day is a day to honor and remember all of the men and women who died fighting for our country, the United States of America. These men and women dedicated their lives so that we can be a free nation. It is celebrated every year on the last Monday of the month of May. Originally, Memorial Day was known as Decoration Day. It was called Decoration Day because family members of fallen soldiers decorated their graves with flowers. On May 30th in 1868, was the first service to honor fallen soldiers at Arlington National Cemetery. President Ulysses S. Grant was there, and General James Garfield gave a speech. Decoration Day originally only honored the soldiers who died in the Civil War, but after World War I, it was changed to all soldiers who lost their lives during war. In 1967, it was officially named Memorial Day, and in 1971, it became a federal holiday. Some of you may wonder, when is Memorial Day? Well, today, Memorial Day is observed on the last Monday of May. Originally, it was celebrated on May 30th because it was not an anniversary date of any particular major battle. The red poppy is the official flower of Memorial Day. The practice of wearing the poppies was inspired by the poem In Flanders Fields, written in 1915 by Canadian soldier John McCrae. McCrae was a poet, physician, author, artist, and a soldier during World War I. How do people celebrate Memorial Day? Well, people celebrate Memorial Day by placing flowers on soldiers' graves, fly their flags at half-staff, attend parades, and remember soldiers who lost their lives. Schools, post offices, and most banks and other businesses are closed on Memorial Day. In 1966, Congress, along with President Lyndon B. Johnson, declared Waterloo, New York, the birthplace of Memorial Day. And even though summer does not officially begin until June 21st, many people associate Memorial Day weekend with the start of summer because of all the outdoor activities that people do to start celebrating. So we hope you learned some really good information today about Memorial Day, As you can see, Memorial Day is a very special holiday to celebrate, and a very important one. And we hope that you share this video and the information you learned in it with your friends and family. And if you haven't subscribed already, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the bell notification too. And don't forget, smash that thumbs up button if you like this video and you learned something new about Memorial Day. Well,
welcome back, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video and learned a little bit more about why we celebrate Memorial Day. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and start on our activity. We're going to go through our materials list first so that you guys have some time to go ahead and grab those before we actually get started on making our craft. All right, so for this activity, you're going to need 2 sheets of white paper. You're going to need 1 sheet of red construction paper, 1 of blue construction paper. You're going to need to print out this template that I sent you guys through email. You're going to need a pair of scissors and a glue stick. All right, and also if you have a ruler, go ahead and grab that as well, because we're gonna need it to make some straight lines. I unfortunately don't own a ruler in my house, so I'm going to be using a canvas and using the straight edge to go ahead and create my lines. All right, so go ahead and take the next minute to gather your materials, and then we'll meet right back here to get started on our flag. Welcome back, guys. I hope you were able to find your materials fairly easily. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our craft. So we're gonna be using the white sheet of paper as our base. All right, so this is where you're going to glue your stars, your stripes, everything. All right, so we're gonna put this on the bottom. Now we're gonna start off by creating the blue part of our flag. All right, so we're gonna cut a rectangle out of our blue construction paper. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my canvas that I'm using as a ruler, and I'm gonna create a rectangle on my blue construction paper for me to cut out and glue onto my white paper. Okay, that's gonna be again our base for the entire flag. Okay, so I've gone ahead and drawn my line. You can see it here. Now I'm gonna go ahead and cut it out. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my scissors, go ahead and cut my rectangle out. And once I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and glue it onto the base of the flag. Okay, so almost done cutting that rectangle out. Alrighty. So here it is. Here is my rectangle. Now I'm gonna grab my white sheet of paper and I'm gonna go ahead and place it right here, the top left corner, and I'm gonna glue it on. Okay, so make sure you put enough glue to make sure it sticks really well to your paper. Okay, again, for this craft, I would recommend a glue stick so that your paper doesn't get soggy and really wet. If you don't have it, it's okay, go ahead and use that. But if you have this, go ahead and use your glue stick. Okay, so I put some glue in the back of this, and I'm gonna go ahead and glue it on the left corner. Okay, I'm gonna make sure it's aligned. And I'm gonna press down. Okay, so here is the first step in creating our flag. So go ahead and cut out your little rectangle, glue it on, and then we'll meet right back here for our stripes. Welcome back, guys. Now that you have cut and glued on your rectangle, it is time to move on to our next step, which is going to be our stripes. All right, so when we are creating our stripes, we're going to make sure we're using our white and our red, okay? And we're going to interchange them. Okay, so one stripe will be red, the next one will be white, then red and white, and we're going to continue that pattern. All right, so for our stripes, we're going to go ahead and try to keep them the same size, so about an inch thick. So you're going to go ahead and grab your ruler, measure it out, or just eyeball it about this width. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and grab my canvas again, use it as a ruler to create my lines. All right, so I'm going to grab my red construction paper first, and I'm going to divide it up into some lines that are about an inch thick, and then I'll show you guys on the screen before I cut it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and keep drawing my lines. Okay, I'm gonna draw a few more and then I'll show you. Okay, so here are my lines. You can see them here, about an inch thick. Okay, now I'm going to move on to my white paper and I'm going to do the same thing. So on my white, I'm going to grab my canvas again, use it as my ruler. Okay, and I'm going to create some lines that are about an inch thick. Okay, so there's one line. Here's another. Down here. I'm gonna do about two more. Okay, one and two. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it up to the screen so that you guys can see the stripes. Okay, so here are the stripes on my white paper. And now our next step is going to be to cut them out. Okay, I'm going to give you guys about a minute to go ahead and draw your stripes. Remember to keep them about an inch thick so they're all the same width. Okay, go ahead and do that and then we'll meet right back here and we'll get started with our cutting. Welcome back, guys. Now that we've drawn our lines on our red and white paper, we're gonna go ahead and cut them out. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and grab my white paper first, and I'm gonna cut out my 1-inch stripes that I drew on. Okay, I'm gonna cut 2 white ones and 2 red ones so I can demonstrate just how we're gonna glue them. All right, so typically people just glue them straight down, but we're gonna add a little bit of texture and dimension, and we're gonna go ahead and create a wavy flag effect. Okay, so I'll demonstrate once I get these cut out so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, so it's gonna give our flag a different look. Okay, so now I have my red, and I'm gonna cut out some stripes. I'm gonna cut out about 2. Okay. There's 1. And cut another one. So when we are gluing these on, we're gonna have to trim them again. Okay, so the reason for that is we already have our glue rectangle here. So for example, if I would have glued this one on here, it would be fine. But if I glue it here, it's gonna cover the blue. So we're gonna start our stripes here. So then we're gonna have to trim it. Okay, so don't worry about that. I'm gonna start off with a red stripe up at the top. All right, and the way that we're gonna create some dimension and texture to our flag is by creating a wavy look. Okay, so we're gonna start off by gluing this edge. We're gonna lift up a bit, and then we're gonna glue it right here at the end again. So we're not gonna put glue in the middle. It's just gonna be at the beginning and at the end of our flag. So I'm gonna show you now. I'm gonna put some glue on the edge of one of my stripes, and I'm gonna line it up with the blue rectangle and the top of the page so that it's even and straight. Okay, so I went ahead and I glued it only right here on this edge. You see the rest is not glued on. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my strip and I'm gonna go ahead and glue it here at the end so that it still has a little curve. Okay, then after I do that, I'm gonna grab my scissors and I'm gonna trim the excess piece that's here at the edge. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my scissors and cut that. Okay. All right, so for our next stripe, we're gonna alternate, remember, so we're gonna create a pattern of red, white, red, white. So I'm gonna grab my white strip. Same deal, we're gonna put some at the edge where the blue rectangle starts. All right, so I went ahead and I put it just at the edge. You see the rest is not glued on. All right, and then you're gonna put some more glue over here. All right, you can even add more waves if you want to pin it down here in the middle, and that's 2 waves, but I'm just gonna do it one here and one here, and then when I get towards the bottom I'll add more curves. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put some glue on the edge of my paper, again creating a little wave. All right, remember, some can be lower, some can be higher, your preference. See, I have one that's a little bit lower than the other. All right, and then the excess we're gonna trim it off. Okay, so again, grab my scissors, trim the edge. Okay, so right now we have our blue rectangle and our 2 stripes. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and add one more red stripe just so you guys can see the pattern of red, white, red, white. So again, same deal. Gonna grab my red strip, we're gonna add glue just to one edge. We're gonna line it up with our blue rectangle. Okay. like this. And then we're going to create the loop again and glue it over here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more glue over here. Alrighty, line it up with the white one. Okay, and again, we're going to trim off the extra piece that we have here. Okay, grab my scissors and just trimming the edge. Alrighty, so I'm going to give you the next minute to go ahead and continue your pattern of adding your stripes. Okay, so do that all the way to the bottom. And again, if you have some that sticks out on the bottom, you can always trim the extra. Okay, so don't worry about that. So go ahead and I'll see you in a minute. Welcome back, guys. I am here to show you my final product, my flag, and how it looks. Alright, so I have all my stars, my blue rectangle, and my alternating stripes. I hope you guys have fun with this activity and that you're able to recreate this on your own and use this as a symbol to honor those on Memorial Day. Alright guys, make sure you take pictures, videos, tag us on social media. Again, we love to see your work, and you can show me on Zoom. I'll be there to see your crafts. Alright, I'll see you guys next time, and I wish you well.
The first flag of the United States was adopted in 1777 out of the colors red, white, and blue. The new country had just declared its independence from Britain and was made of 13 new states that used to be British colonies. So they decided to put 13 red and white stripes on the flag, and in this blue area of the flag, called the canton, they placed one white star for each of the 13 states in the Union: Delaware, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, Georgia, Connecticut, Massachusetts, Maryland, South Carolina, New Hampshire, Virginia, New York, North Carolina, and Rhode Island. So this was the first United States flag, with 13 stripes and 13 stars. Eventually, 2 more states were added to the US, so they added 2 more stripes, and of course 2 more stars for Vermont and Kentucky. 15 stripes and 15 stars. But then, soon enough, there were 5 new states, and people started to realize that if they kept adding more stripes, those stripes were going to get ridiculously skinny. So in 1818, the United States passed a new Flag Act law, which would keep the number of stripes at 13 in honor of those first 13 states. But they would add new stars to the flag for the new states to come in the future. It looks better that way. So these 5 new states were Tennessee, Ohio, Louisiana, Indiana, and Mississippi. 20 stars. The next state to enter the Union was Illinois on December 3, 1818. Now that new Flag Act declared that once a new state or states enter the Union, the flag wouldn't officially get its new stars until the next Independence Day, July 4th, which is still the rule today. So because Illinois became a state on December 3, 1818, the new star was officially added to the flag on July 4, 1819. So Illinois, 21 stars. Now, by the next July 4th, 2 new states had joined the Union, Alabama and Maine, which actually split off from Massachusetts, so let's just put that one back. So yeah, Alabama and Maine joined in the same 1-year period, so because of the Flag Act's July 4 rule, the flag jumped from 21 stars straight to 23 stars in 1820. And now it gets a little boring for a bit. Missouri, 24 stars. Arkansas, 25 stars. Michigan, 26 stars. Florida, 27 stars. Texas, 28 stars. Iowa, 29 stars. Just keep stealing that land. Wisconsin, 30 stars. California, 31 stars. Kill some more people. Minnesota, 32 stars. Oregon, 33 stars. Kansas, 34 stars. And now we're in the Civil War. Of course, the United States kept all the stars, even for those states that were trying to leave the Union. But during the war, a bunch of the western counties of Virginia wanted to stay part of the USA. So in 1863, Congress let them split from Virginia and become the brand new state of West Virginia. And now the flag had 35 stars. Later on, Nevada became a state, 36 stars. Nebraska, 37 stars. Colorado, 38 stars. Then in 1889 and 1890, between two July 4s, there were 5 new states: North Dakota, South Dakota, Montana, Washington, and Idaho. So from 38 stars, the flag jumped straight to 43 stars. Then with Wyoming, we got 44 stars. Utah, 45 stars. Oklahoma, 46 stars. Then in 1912, there were 2 new states, New Mexico and Arizona, 48 stars. This was also the first time that a specific star pattern was made official by the US government. Before this, people were just making up lots of different star arrangements this whole time. Anyway, the number of stars stayed at 48 for quite a while until 1959, when Alaska became a state, giving the flag 49 stars. And later that summer, Hawaii became the 50th state, giving us that 50-star flag that we still have today. And that is the evolution of the United States flag so far. Maybe there will be 51 stars on this thing someday. Who knows?